Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be editing one of my followers' images. I had an email from a very nice lady in the USA. She comes from Indiana. And if I can just look at my mobile phone for a minute. She actually said to me, I've been struggling with what to do with the attached iris image. She sent me the image over the email. I can't seem to find the right combination to make it look like a fine art piece. Would you be able to show me how to accomplish this vision? So I thought that was a really good thing for me to do. But one thing I'd like to say before we get started is I'm a new YouTuber. Haven't been doing this very long, and I know that I don't post a lot of videos. I'm not a regular poster, and I'm not looking to make money from YouTube. I just enjoy what I do, and I enjoy passing the knowledge I gain on to everyone else. And it's really nice to get comments from people that are enjoying the videos. They say they like my style of presenting, which I'm really pleased about because I must admit I was quite nervous about starting a YouTube channel and sort of like speaking, um, I suppose speaking on YouTube, it's always been a little bit scary for me, but I'm finding I'm really enjoying it. And I love passing my knowledge on, as I say, to everyone else. So thank you very much for all the comments. Really appreciate it and keep them coming because I do enjoy them. So okay, let's get started with Christie's image and see how we get on. Okay, so this is Christie's image. This is the original image. And as you can see, I've tidied the stems up. So if we switch the copy off, the copy layer, this is what it was like before. I've just made another layer and basically cloned, cloned the stem to make it look tidier. I think what I'm also going to do is extend the actual sides of the image. So we'll go to the crop tool, make sure it's on content aware. I'm going to pull it out the sides a bit more, I think, give it a bit more space, like so, and then pull it down a bit more to extend the stems. Generative content aware fill should do a reasonable job, which it has done. Okay, so I think we'll go with that. So let's zoom out a little bit. So what we'll do, I think, at this point, what I should have done was make a duplicate copy. So I'm going to go up to image, duplicate the copy, just say blurred background. And what that's going to give me is blurred background, and we've got the original there. So we're going to work on the blurred background. So let's go to crop. And we're going to crop in quite a lot. It doesn't really matter because this is going to be a blurred background anyway. So all I'm going to do now is get the crop tool, the clone tool, sorry, and just clone away. Just keep on cloning. Make sure you've got no dark corners. That should be about it. Get rid of that dark area. I'm going to go up to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Now it's up to you as to what you do here. You can have a bit of background, or blur it out. We'll have it sort of like that. Okay, then I'm going to rotate the image so it's the same orientation. Then we'll get the move tool. and we'll take it up to the original. Use the grab handles to make it the same size. And then we're going to go to this copy and we'll call it the blurred background. I'm going to put a mask on, and then we're going to change the opacity of that layer so we can see the image underneath. Let's just zoom in. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the brush, make sure I'm on the mask. We're going to make sure we're on black and white. Make the brush a bit bigger. And I'm going to go straight in at 100% just for quickness. You can start with a lesser opacity if you want to. Just means you're going to bring the whole of the image through straight away. But you can actually do it in increments. So I'm doing this rather quickly. I think you're getting the idea. I love doing this masking. A bit further down. Straight down. If you make a mistake, like I'm probably going to do because I'm rushing it a bit, you see where I've gone over there? I'll make it much worse, and then you can see. So you can either press the X on the keyboard, and as you can see, the colour changes from black to white, or you can physically go across and click. So what I'm going to do is get the brush, make it a bit smaller, then go back in and redo it. And bring the background back in. And it's probably a good idea to zoom in a bit as well so you can see what you're doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit more. So press the X, go to black, because black is going to reveal what's underneath. White will hide. And you can tell that you're going over onto the background. Because you'll see the black coming through. Just take a bit of time, but it's well worth it in the end. Let's scroll in a bit more. Go back to the brush. Make sure you're on the mask because sometimes it seems to jump off the mask. I think you've got the idea with this. Just going to go all the way around. And as I say, I'm doing it very, very quickly. I think what I'll do is I'll stop the video here. I'll finish it off and then I'll come back to you. Okay, I'm back. I've done quite a bit, but you can see where it's showing the black. You've got to make sure you get rid of the black. So where are we now? Still on the mask. Get your brush small enough. Make sure you're on the white. So you've got to bring the background, bring that blue background through because you don't want to see any of this black. and you'll see what I mean. And I'll show you something else in a minute. So I'm just going to go around, hopefully correcting everything. A bit more there. You'll really be able to see it when I bring the opacity back up. And that's where you have to do this fine tuning. I'd rather do masking this way. You could use select subject, but I've rather got into this hand masking and I quite enjoy doing it. It takes time, but I think it's worth it in the end. There's a lot of little bits here. I could spend ages. So keep going little bits. If you have quite a small brush as well, it's up to you. We all get our own ways of doing things. And I'm not saying the way I do it is perfect. You will have a different way of working to me. Let's go down this stem. I'm not too worried about this stem anyway, because if we're going to be blurring it out anyway. So I think there's a bit there, so I'll go back to black. Looks as though I haven't caught all the stem there. Right. So for you to check and see whether you've actually covered your image, what you can do is you can go to your mask, hold down your Alt key on the keyboard and click your mouse. Right, zoom out. Now you can see where you've actually covered all your mask up or not. Now you're going to take a bit of a guess here. So I'm going to go back to the brush. I'm on 100%. I'm going to just fill in some of these because this is where you've actually missed. It's surprising. So we'll keep doing this. Just doing this very quickly. Let's just check that. So if you go back onto the background and click Alt again, just having a check to see whether I've covered everything. And this is just very, very quickly. Right, nearly finished. Just see if there's anywhere else. And stem there a bit. Let's say this hasn't got to be perfect because this is going to be blurred anyway. Well, let's have a look. Let's zoom out again. Just a little trick that I learned. It's funny how when you experiment, you just find these things out. And as I'm not professionally trained, it takes me longer to find these things out. So we'll go back to what we'll do is now we'll turn up the opacity, I think. And you'll be able to really see. Not as bad as I thought, actually. So I've just turned up the opacity on the background. So we'll zoom in and see if there's any areas that need tidying up. And that's not too bad, actually. I think make sure you're on black and white. on the mask. And I think we need white, yes. Brush. Let's just brush around these areas here. I don't think that's too bad actually. Might be nitpicking a bit here, but dark area there that looks as though it could be black. That looks pretty good so far. Okay, so let's zoom out. That doesn't look too bad, does it? No, I think I might. Let's go onto the background and just crop out the top a little bit. Too much room there. Now I think what we'll do is we'll start blurring everything out. And what I'm going to do is make a copy. So I think what I'm going to start to do now is to start blurring the image out a bit and make it look a bit softer. So I'll go to the brush, and I think we'll go on at 20%. Big brush. I think what I'm going to do is go over it first of all. Now I'm going to go around the edges. Smaller brush. Smaller brush. Do these stems. I'm going to go up to 50. Gradually blur them out. Reduce it 25%. That looks a lot better. Now what I might do is bring some of the middles back in again. So just to highlight those nice yellow petals. I think that's looking rather nice. So if we go back to what the original was like, yeah, big improvement. What I could do now is put an oil paint on. That's a nice bit of oil paint on there. So I think we'll crop the top. It's a bit too much room at the top. So that was the one I sent to Christy. And that was the one we've just done. So the background is slightly different because obviously I've cloned it in a slightly different way, so it's never going to match. But I think that looks so much better. And I hope Christy's pleased with it, and I hope she's been able to follow along. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, give me a like and subscribe, because then you'll get to see my latest videos. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.